I'm Bill Oxford. I served with the Marine Corps, served with VMA 533 at Chu Lai, Vietnam, and my squadron redeployed from Chu Lai to Iwakuni, Japan. Well, my military story starts long before I ever fell in on the yellow footprints at Parris Island. I knew from an early age I was supposed to be a soldier. John Grindle from Hickory was the Marine Corps recruiter, and once I saw him, talked to him, it was over. It was decided that's who I was and where I was going and what I was going to do. But the Marine Corps was inevitable, I guess, when you think about what I thought about the military and what I intended to be and become. And once I found out that the Marine Corps was my calling, that's where I started, and was fortunate enough to have an excellent long-term career between the Marine Corps and the North Carolina Guard. It was just, that's who I was and who I still am. Have been, always will be a soldier. When I left Cherry Point and went to Vietnam, my first night I landed at Da Nang, which is the air base, and I was in a transit quarters, and it was basically just a wooden hut. But as we got there late after dark, but as we bedded down waiting transportation to where we were actually going to be assigned, the artillery started late, and the artillery boom, boom, boom all night. I was petrified. From Da Nang, I was helicoptered up to Chu Lai, where I was checked into my squadron. And after you get into your working environment, we loaded A6s, 28 500-pound bombs on A6s, and they flew those missions mainly at night. And for the first, I was involved with the night crew, and we were repairing airplanes, replacing parts, just making sure those aircraft were ready and capable and able to do the things that they needed to go do and hit the targets they were supposed to hit. When I came back from Vietnam, I came out of the airport and I flew in commercial to San Francisco, and you come out of the international terminal, walk down the sidewalk to the domestic terminal. I almost had to fight my way down the sidewalk to get to the domestic terminal. Those created some feelings that was really hard for me to handle for a good while. But since I've been involved with the American Legion, it's a lot easier for me to recognize why it happened, what happened, how it happened. But I'm not going to let that happen to the young guys today. I'm going to make sure, me personally, I'm going to make sure those young people who come back from defending this country are supported, defended, enforced, reinforced, supported. Anything positive we can do for them, I'm going to do. But going back to the fall of 1986, I went to an American Legion baseball game and bumped into a guy that I'd played baseball with and against and around. And he said, "Come on over and help us with the baseball program." So I said, okay, I can do that. And ended up, I walked into the American Legion post here in Lenoir and came to a meeting on a Thursday night and signed my membership. And that night before I went home, I was a post commander. That happens a lot to Legionnaires. They get recruited, and once they find somebody that can and will, you can't get away. Nationwide, the American Legion is about 2 million. North Carolina has about 39 or so thousand. Our local post is in the 200 range. But in North Carolina, 39,000 members. There's approximately 325 Legion posts scattered all across North Carolina. So it is an active organization. We are, the American Legion is just in the end of approaching our first 100 years. Those first 100 years have been extremely successful. We've had a lot of good things happen, but what we've got to do is prepare for the next 100 years. We have got to provide the foundation, and our foundation, you can find it in the preamble to the American Legion Constitution. For God and country, we associate ourselves together for the following purposes: to uphold and defend the Constitution, to make right the master of might, to promote peace and goodwill. Those are building blocks for our future. I believe in the American Legion. I believe in what we believe in. The 4 pillars: Americanism, strong national security, children and youth, and Veterans Affairs and Rehab. I believe in that. Do you believe in it? If you believe in it, are you willing to make the sacrifice to go out and do the things it takes to maintain those programs and policies. If you believe in it, then we got to get to work.
And Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and we are loved. And now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us, who die, we shall not sleep. Though poppies grow and Flanders Field.